Welcome to the doctoral hooding ceremony at the University of Illinois at Urbana-Champaign. Please be seated. Good morning. I am Wojtek Chodzko-Zajko, Dean of the Graduate College. As a land-grant institution, the University of Illinois at Urbana-Champaign has a responsibility to acknowledge the historical context in which it exists, in order to remind ourselves and our community. We will begin this event with the following statement. We are currently on the lands of the Peoria, the Kaskaskia, the Piankashore, the Wea, the Miami, the Mascoutin, the Odawa, the Sauk, the Meskwaki, the Kickapoo, the Potawatomi, the Ojibwe, and the Hickashaw nations. It is necessary to acknowledge these tribal nations and for us to work with them as we move forward as an institution. Over the next 150 years, we will be a vibrant community, inclusive of all of our differences, with Native people at the core of our efforts. Today, we gather to celebrate our doctoral graduates and their truly impressive accomplishments. We also want to thank the family, friends, mentors, and colleagues of the graduates who have joined us today, either in person or who are following the live stream of this event. You have been a part of the broad network of support that is so important throughout the graduates' academic progress. Let's give a round of applause to all of those who've been part of this journey. I would like to introduce the members of the platform party this morning who will stand as their names are called. Please hold your applause until they have all been introduced. Robert Jones, Chancellor. Andreas Kangalaris, Vice Chancellor for Academic Affairs and Provost. Danita Brown-Young, Vice Chancellor for Student Affairs. Susan Martinez, Interim Vice Chancellor for Research. Richard Lageson, Professor of Mathematics. Laurie Reitzman, Associate Professor of Molecular and Integrative Physiology and member of the Graduate College Executive Committee. Kimberly Kidwell, Dean of the College of Agricultural, Consumer, and Environmental Sciences. Reginald Alston, Associate Dean of the College of Applied Health Sciences. Seal Otnes, Interim Department Head of Business Administration, Gies College of Business. James Anderson, Dean of the College of Engineering. Tamer Bashar, Interim Dean of the College of Engineering. Peter Mortensen, Interim Dean of the College of Fine and Applied Arts. Alan Rainier, Dean of the School of Information Sciences. Feng Sheng Hu, Dean of the College of Liberal Arts and Sciences. Tracy Sulkin, Interim Executive Associate Dean of the College of Media. Judith Rowan, Associate Dean of the Carle, Illinois College of Medicine. Stephen Anderson, Dean of Social Work, and Peter Constable, Dean of the College of Veterinary Medicine. Thank you for your leadership and dedication to our graduate students. It is my honor to introduce Dr. Robert Jones, Chancellor of the University of Illinois at Urbana-Champaign.
Thank you. Good morning. That was pretty good. Let's try it again. Good morning. Thank you. As the Chancellor of the University of Illinois at Urbana-Champaign, it is my great honor and privilege to offer my congratulations to you all on the completion of your doctoral studies. Today marks the first time that we've celebrated the accomplishments of our doctoral students with a separate and dedicated hooding ceremony. We are proud of all of our graduates here at Illinois, but we realize that the challenges of earning the highest degree from the university truly demands a special level of recognition. This is an enormously personal and professional milestone. And at this particular moment, many of you are probably sitting there with a feeling of pride that is only matched by an enormous sense of relief. But trust me, that balance will quickly change. The relief part will certainly fade, but I sincerely hope that the pride will only grow. You have earned a doctoral degree from one of the very best and most rigorous universities on the planet. You deserve to brag just a bit and be very proud of this great honor. And as you've heard me say many times, I know it's not part of the Midwest to brag, but in this case, you have my permission to go ahead and do so. And you most certainly deserve a very, very serious round of applause from all of us here as we celebrate with you today. So let's give our doctoral students a round of applause. And I would be remiss if I did not also welcome all of the friends and families who are here today to be part of this celebration, as well as those who will be hooding one of these outstanding scholars today. As all of us on the platform certainly can attest, you don't make it through a doctoral program without a lot of support from those around you along the way. As you all understand today, even if it wasn't so clear when you first started down this road, the choice to pursue a doctoral degree requires more than just being a good student and having natural talent. A lot more. It requires you to devote everything you have to learning not just how to be a scholar, but it demands that you immerse yourself completely in a discipline. It blurs the line between work and life, and it usually requires you to become accustomed to not exactly getting things right the first time. It prepares you well for the rest of life. Whether that's an unsuccessful experiment or a thesis argument that ultimately proves to be unsupported. Becoming a good scholar and a good researcher demands patience, and it forces you to develop a discipline and a focus that is hard to explain to someone who hasn't gone through it. So I thank you for your determination. Because your degree today isn't just acknowledgement of your personal success, it is a point of great pride for every one of us on this stage, and in fact, for every member of the university community. You represent Illinois now. We enjoy a global reputation of inclusive and comprehensive excellence at Illinois. And while part of that reputation is certainly earned by our unmatched faculty, a very large component of it is also carried in the quality, the success, and the achievements of our doctoral graduates. You are the ones who will expand the Illinois network of faculty and industry leaders and innovators. You are the ones who will send young, outstanding scholars here to pursue their degrees. You represent the very best of academic excellence of the University of Illinois at Urbana-Champaign. And like we find across all of higher education, the way we honor that kind of achievement and success is with the bestowing of the doctoral hood. It is a moment I certainly remember in my career, and it is one I hope will remain with you and you will cherish it as a highlight in your career and in your life to come. So once again, congratulations to each and every one of you.
It is now my honor to introduce Andreas Kangelaris, Vice Chancellor for Academic Affairs and Provost.
Good morning, students. It is my great honor and privilege to be present and to speak with you on this singular, monumental day in your life. I would like to thank you on behalf of the university and the state of Illinois for sharing your talent and your time, your most valuable assets with us. Without them, we cannot succeed in our mission as Illinois' long-run flagship university. I would like to thank you on behalf of your mentors and advisors. Your aspirations and your ambitions inspired their pursuits. Your curiosity advanced their scholarship. Your accomplishments fulfilled their commitment to question the known and the familiar, to explore and to discover, to advance the human condition. And in doing so, prepared you to be the scholars, thought leaders, public servants, inventors, and innovators of tomorrow. I would like to thank you on behalf of our students for being such an integral part of their education and training. You have been their peers and their friends, and you have served as advisors and role models. Their launch onto successful careers and lives wouldn't have been possible without you. I would like to thank you on behalf of our Urbana-Champaign community for sharing with us your cultural perspectives and your values, enriching our diversity and advancing our global understanding. I would like to thank you on behalf of the Academy for having embraced and demonstrated through your scholarly contributions the power of the free, curious mind. We count on you to defend it and to protect it under any circumstances and anywhere in the world life takes you. The well-being of humanity depends on it. I would like to thank you on behalf of the world for all the new ideas and the new knowledge that have sprung because of your dedication and hard work. They are the promise and hope for a better tomorrow for everyone. I would like to thank you on behalf of the future for all the things yet to come because of you and all those you will help, lead, and inspire. Congratulations, colleagues, and good luck.
I'm very happy to introduce our keynote speaker, Dr. Richard Lageson. Dr. Richard Lageson is professor of mathematics. He has been actively involved in mentoring and teaching graduate students in his 21 years at Illinois. He has supervised numerous PhD students to completion and mentored hundreds more during his time as Director of Graduate Studies in Mathematics. He's been honored for his work as a winner of the Campus Award for Excellence in Graduate and Professional Teaching. Dr. Lageson is committed to diversity and inclusion in graduate education and is a participant in the Sloan University Center of Exemplary Mentoring at Illinois. His research focuses on partial differential equations and harmonic analysis. Please join me in welcoming our speaker, Dr. Richard Lageson.
Before beginning the formal remarks, I'd like to get a sense of who is here today in the room. Do we have people here? Please put up your hand if you grew up in Illinois. All right. How about the Midwest, the broader Midwest? People from around the Midwest, the lower 48 states, the 48 contiguous states. Excellent. Stretching a little further afield, Alaska, Puerto Rico, Hawaii. Stretching internationally, North American neighbors from Canada or Mexico? Yes, welcome. And India. India, people from India, excellent. China, visitors from China, audience members also, welcome to put up your hands here. New Zealand. Other countries I've not mentioned yet. I'm sorry I don't have time to run through everybody, but welcome to you all. It's wonderful to see so many parents, family members, friends, faculty members, thesis advisors coming together today to share in this doctoral hooding ceremony. Winston Churchill said in 1908, "What is the use of living if it be not to strive for noble causes and to make this muddled world a better place for those who will live in it after we are gone?" You, the doctoral graduates, have indeed strived mightily for noble causes. It is a day to celebrate your effort and your success. I want to start by putting in perspective the accomplishment of completing a doctoral degree. The American model of doctoral education is a relatively recent invention. The first doctorates were awarded in 1861 at Yale University. Regarding those early years of American doctoral education, A.L. Spiker writes, "Unlike in Europe, higher education in America was decentralized and largely unregulated. Diploma mills proliferated, and even shaky institutions could call themselves universities and award PhDs. Some institutions, for example, allowed PhD candidates to pursue courses without showing up on campus and to take exams at home under supervision of a proctor. The lack of standards and consistency was hurting the reputations of the more demanding US universities," which altogether sounds like some of the less reputable operators in today's world of online education. Yale was a leader in more ways than one. In 1876, an African-American physics student there called Edward Boucher was the first minority student in the United States to earn a doctorate, 1876. That inspirational example is dampened somewhat by the fact that Dr. Boucher was unable to secure a university position, as every comparably qualified white graduate was able to do in that era. And a further 42 years passed before another African-American received a PhD in physics. Even today, inclusion of all of America's peoples in the joys and rewards of graduate education remains only a partially fulfilled dream. But it is an achievable dream. Dean Chodzko-Zajko, Associate Dean Isabel Molina-Guzman, and others on campus, such as Dr. Lance Cooper from physics and Dr. Rochelle Gutierrez from curriculum and instruction, put their heart and soul into making doctoral programs at Illinois more diverse and more inclusive. It's a mission in which we must and will succeed. In 1877, the first woman received a doctorate in the United States, a PhD on Greek drama from Boston University. Incidentally, the word philosophy in Doctor of Philosophy refers to its original Greek meaning, philosophy, or love of wisdom. That first woman to get a PhD was Helen McGill White, and she lived to be 90 years old, which fits with the research findings of British epidemiologist Sir Michael Marmot, that people with PhDs live longer on average than people with master's degrees, who in turn live longer than people with bachelor's degrees, and so on. And I think the implications of this work are clear, and I'm told there's a table set up outside at which you can register to start in a PhD program of your choice if you don't have a doctorate already and want to live to a ripe old age. So to close out this historical part of the talk, I've collected a few facts specific to Illinois. In 1892, the graduate school, now the Graduate College, was established to ensure the high quality of graduate degree programs and to provide fellowship support for enterprising students who sought advanced degrees. In 1894, the Board of Trustees announced doctoral degrees for candidates who demonstrate aptitude for independent research and original thought, and who produce a thesis that makes a contribution to existing knowledge. The first doctoral degrees at Illinois were awarded in mathematics and chemistry. One further historical remark. In 1901, the Board of Trustees approved the expenditure of $250 to purchase squirrels for campus. In referring to why the campus needed squirrels, which is a question we continue to ask today, the board said, if successful, the influence upon university life and upon the feelings of students would be considerable, and students would carry that influence to all parts of the state. Well, that fact about squirrels has nothing to do with today's hooding ceremony. It just seemed too good to leave out. The goals of the doctoral degree have persisted through the intervening century. Independent research and original thought in a thesis that makes a contribution to existing knowledge. Each one of the students being hooded today has faced the challenge of asking questions never before asked, of thinking thoughts never before thought, and of hence extending the boundaries of human knowledge. That is the accomplishment of completing a doctoral degree for which we recognize these graduates today. It's not all about the destination, though. The journey matters too. A recent PhD graduate wrote to me about the value of her experience, saying, "It gave me joy to spend a sustained period of time working on something that I found meaningful. There are few opportunities in life to choose what to do with one's time, and in an era when information transmission seems to be going faster and faster, it satisfied me to spend several years practicing a style of thought that I've rarely experienced or seen modeled outside the academy." Graduate school is an incredibly intense period of life. I tell my students that you are always overworked and overcommitted in graduate school. This is not going to change, as it's the only way to bring you up rapidly to the level required of professional mathematicians. During graduate school, students leap from the 19th century to the 21st in their knowledge of the field. They read papers and navigate the literature, learn lab techniques, conduct experiments, do field work, conduct surveys, deal with animal subjects, deal with human subjects, dig into archives, marshal evidence, write reports, give recitals, prepare conference posters and presentations, conduct outreach work, submit articles to journals, evaluate articles for journals, write proposals for fellowships and grants, transition from being learners to teachers, manage undergraduates in the classroom, learn to give effective hints and feedback, mentor undergraduates in research, do internships in companies and national labs, pursue jobs in university research or teaching, and pursue careers in industry or government. As the list makes clear, it's a challenging period of life. Another recent graduate wrote to me about the challenges, saying, "Grad school was a very stressful time for everyone I knew, mostly because of long hours of research and a lot of times not getting a result, combined with the endless problems of being an international student. I had a lot of fun teaching and talking to students, and it helped me particularly when I was under pressure. As for my family, they always knew how important mathematics was to me, and they kept reminding me of it. I learned a lot about myself. A lot went wrong for me over the years, and I learned to be tough and deal with the problems. I'm very lucky that I made such awesome friends, mostly people from my year in the program. They definitely helped me cope with all the pressure." So that supporting role played by family and friends is what gets many students through the doctorate. Another recent graduate wrote, "The lack of clear goals or aims during the degree was rough. How do you know you did it? What was it? Did it work? How do you know? We always used to have working titles for our dissertations, including, why is it always exponential? If not qualified, at least quantified." Got to think about that one. And my personal favorite, fun new ways to fail. The student goes on, "I had a difficult time taking joy in my own success, but I got a lot of joy out of helping other people in their goals. Being in the program gave me a lot of opportunity to be a mentor, which was priceless. My family didn't quite understand why my project was important to science, but they understood how rare it was to get a PhD, that it was a difficult, tumultuous process, and that finishing it was something impressive." So, to the doctoral students graduating today, you've achieved an incredible amount during your time at Illinois. You have grown both intellectually and emotionally, and surmounted both internal doubts and external deadlines. You have earned the respect of your professors, fellow students, and your advisors, as well as everyone on this stage. I hope you take time to pause and reflect a little today on your years as a graduate student at Illinois and recognize how far you've come. No one will ever again ask, "So, when are you going to finish?" A doctoral student walks into a bar. Bartender asks, "Draft? By the end of the month, I promise," says the student. Well, now you've finished it. Which brings to mind remarks by Winston Churchill in the middle of World War II, repurposing his remarks to the completion of the doctorate. One can say, "This is not the end, it is not even the beginning of the end, but it is perhaps the end of the beginning." Today, we celebrate the end of this beginning through the successful completion of your doctoral degree. Congratulations to you, the graduates, and many, many thanks to the friends and family members who have supported you and traveled from far and wide to participate in today's ceremony. May everyone enjoy this day to the fullest.
Thank you, Rick. Today, we recognize and celebrate the accomplishments of our graduate students who have earned the highest degree, the doctorate. Doctoral hooding is a symbolic gesture that represents the culmination of scholarly and personal achievement. It marks the transition from learner to producer or contributor in one's field. It also recognizes the extraordinary relationship between a doctoral student and a faculty mentor, because earning a doctoral degree requires dedication, inspiration, and energy from both. I can tell you from my own experience that mentoring graduate students through their journey is one of the most rewarding parts of the job. Our graduate students are the heart of what we do, and we learn as much from them as they do from us. This ceremony is a joint celebration of the achievement of our graduate students and of our graduate faculty. Please, can we have a round of applause for our outstanding graduate faculty? This academic year, we continue the celebration of our 150th anniversary as an institution and its long excellence in graduate education. As Professor Laugesen reminded us, we awarded our first 2 doctoral degrees in 1903, one in chemistry and one in mathematics. Since that time, we have awarded doctoral degrees in fields ranging across a full spectrum of disciplines: the arts, sciences, humanities, social sciences, and engineering, to students from all 50 states and almost all countries abroad. Our graduate students pursue and excel at careers in research, in education, in industry, in the creative arts, in government, in nonprofits, and in many, many more professional sectors. The graduates celebrated here today join generations of distinguished alumni who are leaders and innovators, impacting the lives of people around the world. I am confident that these graduates, with their commitments and perseverance, will use their knowledge and expertise to shape our future in profound ways. It is now my honor to present our graduates. When I call your name, please approach the hooding area with your mentor. If you have not designated a person to hood you, Dr. Laurie Reitzman will hood you. After you have received your hood, continue across the stage to be congratulated by Chancellor Jones, Provost Kangalaris, and the Dean of your college. You may then return to your seat and be seated. Members of the audience, please kindly hold your applause until all of the graduates have crossed the stage. We will now recognize graduates from the College of Agricultural, Consumer, and Environmental Sciences. I now welcome Dean Kimberly Kidwell from ACES to come forward. Matthew Paul Alonso, Doctor of Philosophy in Agricultural and Biological Engineering, hooded by Bruce Elliott Litchfield. We're going to be here till Thursday afternoon if you applaud after each one of the graduates. Shang-Jeng Yang, Doctor of Philosophy in Agricultural and Biological Engineering. Ching Ye, Doctor of Philosophy in Agricultural and Biological Engineering. Jerubella Abelia, Doctor of Philosophy in Animal Sciences, hooded by Hans Stein. Gloria Casas, Doctor of Philosophy in Animal Sciences, hooded by Hans Stein. Zishan Fazal, Doctor of Philosophy in Animal Sciences, hooded by Eric Jacobson. Tassia Mangetti Concalves, Doctor of Philosophy in Animal Sciences. Ziduan Han, Doctor of Philosophy in Crop Sciences, hooded by Nathan Schroeder. Crystal Sorghini, Doctor of Philosophy in Crop Sciences. Yi Wen Xian, Doctor of Philosophy in Crop Sciences. Shashank Gore, Doctor of Philosophy in Food Science and Human Nutrition, hooded by Juan Andrade. Bethany Hausch, Doctor of Philosophy in Food Science and Human Nutrition, hooded by Keith Cadwallader. Elizabeth Ann Morrow, Doctor of Philosophy in Food Science and Human Nutrition, hooded by Cecilia Morrow and Mark Morrow. Wenqi Zhu, Doctor of Philosophy in Food Science and Human Nutrition, hooded by Keith Cadwallader. Jacqueline Saltzman, Doctor of Philosophy in Human Development and Family Studied, hooded by Barbara Fees and Kelly Boast. Natasha Chong Cole, Doctor of Philosophy in Nutritional Sciences, hooded by Sharon Donovan. We will now recognize graduates from the College of Applied Health Sciences. I now welcome Associate Dean Reginald Alston from AHS to come forward. Andrew Kim, Doctor of Philosophy in Community Health, hooded by Reginald Alston. Grace Nimero, Doctor of Philosophy in Kinesiology, hooded by Naiman Khan. Jungwon Oh, Doctor of Philosophy in Kinesiology, hooded by Kim Graber. Yi Sun, Doctor of Philosophy in Kinesiology. Sarah Al-Belaiki, Doctor of Audiology in Audiology, hooded by Abdul Aziz Al-Bayaki. Erica Lindgren, Doctor of Audiology in Audiology, hooded by Sally Sover. I think that deserves a round of applause. Next year, we'll train the hooders better. We will now recognize graduates from the College of Education. I invite Dean James Anderson from Education to come forward. Tara Bell, Doctor of Education in Curriculum and Instruction, hooded by Barbara Hugh. Heather Harris, Doctor of Philosophy in Curriculum and Instruction, hooded by Mary Beth Mandich. Jennifer Raskowskis, Doctor of Philosophy in Curriculum and Instruction, hooded by Ann Dyson. Carrie Ray Allen, Doctor of Philosophy in Educational Organization and Leadership, hooded by Ebony Zamani Gallagher. Perry Lee Benson, Jr., Doctor of Philosophy in Educational Policy Studies, hooded by Denise Ward Hood. Diane Fusilia Thompson, Doctor of Philosophy in Educational Policy Studies, hooded by Denise Ward Hood. Dana Gillen, Doctor of Philosophy in Educational Policy Studies, hooded by Denise Ward Hood. Holly Herrera, Doctor of Philosophy in Educational Policy, Organization, and Leadership, hooded by Elizabeth Spark. Michael Kusera, Doctor of Education in Educational Organization and Leadership, hooded by Anjali Welton. Lashondra Kyle, Doctor of Philosophy in Educational Policy Studies, hooded by James Anderson. Kathleen Robertson, Doctor of Education in Educational Organization and Leadership, hooded by Anjali Welton. We will now recognize graduates from the College of Engineering. I now invite Interim Dean Tamer Basar from the College of Engineering to come forward. Vishal Chikerur, Doctor of Philosophy in Aerospace Engineering, hooded by Peter Sauer. Dimitros Antartis, Doctor of Philosophy in Aerospace Engineering, hooded by Ionis Hasiotis. Debashish Das, Doctor of Philosophy in Aerospace Engineering, hooded by Yanis Hasiotis. Ji Wang, Doctor of Philosophy in Economics, hooded by Dan Bernhardt. Are we still engineering? Yeah. Is it engineering? Hang on a minute. What's going on? Okay. We have some students from liberal arts and sciences mixed with the engineers, which is good for an interdisciplinary campus. I will ask Dean Fengsheng Hu to join Tamer up there so we can proceed. Okay, where are we? Felipe Sainz, Doctor of Philosophy in Economics, hooded by Stephen Parente. Sen Ma, Doctor of Philosophy in Economics. What? Okay. Abhilash Harpali, Doctor of Philosophy in Aerospace Engineering, hooded by Huck Ben Chu. Michael Odarchenko, a Doctor of Philosophy in Aerospace Engineering, hooded by Scott White. Ali Ansari, Doctor of Philosophy in Bioengineering, hooded by P.I. Imukwede. Enrique Daza, Doctor of Philosophy in Bioengineering, hooded by Dipanjan Pan. Karim Kalin, Doctor of Philosophy in Bioengineering, hooded by Gregory Underhill. Kenneth Long, Doctor of Philosophy in Bioengineering, hooded by Brian Cunningham. Zhang Chao No, Doctor of Philosophy in Bioengineering, hooded by Brad Sutton. Robert Waymel, Doctor of Philosophy in Aerospace Engineering, hooded by John Lambros. Srinidhi Balsubrahmanian, Doctor of Philosophy in Environmental Engineering and Civil Engineering, hooded by Mark Rood and Sotiria Kalutsuvakakis. Scott David Banchevik, Doctor of Philosophy in Civil Engineering, hooded by Arthur Schmidt. Ian Bradley, Doctor of Philosophy in Environmental Engineering in Civil Engineering, hooded by Jeremy Guest. Alfonso Serna Diaz, Doctor of Philosophy in Civil Engineering, hooded by Cassandra Janelle Rutherford. Xian Dang, Doctor of Philosophy in Civil Engineering, hooded by Megan Konar. Gaston Fermandois, Doctor of Philosophy in Civil Engineering, hooded by Bill Spencer. Hassan Kazmi, Doctor of Philosophy in Civil Engineering, hooded by Errol Tutumluia. Kung Ho Eugene Kim, Doctor of Philosophy in Civil Engineering, hooded by Bassem Andrawes. Derek Kozak, Doctor of Philosophy in Civil Engineering, hooded by Larry Farenstock. Yanning Lee, Doctor of Philosophy in Civil Engineering, hooded by Dan Wok. Lauren Logan, Doctor of Philosophy in Civil Engineering, hooded by Ashlyn Stillwell. Zhuan Lu, Doctor of Philosophy in Civil Engineering, hooded by Nora L. Gohari. Michelle Marincel Payne, Doctor of Philosophy in Environmental Engineering in Civil Engineering, hooded by Julie Zillis. Kyle Michelson, Doctor of Philosophy in Environmental Engineering and Civil Engineering, hooded by Benito Marinas. Bernardo Vasquez Bravo, Doctor of Philosophy in Environmental Engineering and Civil Engineering, hooded by Benito Marinas. Trang Vu, Doctor of Philosophy in Environmental Engineering and Civil Engineering, hooded by Benito Marinas. Andrew Joseph Nelson, Doctor of Philosophy in Environmental Engineering and Civil Engineering, hooded by Mark Rood and Sotiria Kolutsu-Vakakis. Jeff Franklin Wallace, Doctor of Philosophy in Civil Engineering, hooded by Cassandra Janelle Rutherford. Xiaodong Wang, Doctor of Philosophy in Civil Engineering, hooded by Yanfeng Wang. Xiyang Ji, Doctor of Philosophy in Civil Engineering, hooded by Yangfeng Ouyang. Wen Zhao Zhu, Doctor of Philosophy in Environmental Engineering and Civil Engineering, hooded by Barbara Minska. Wang Qi Wen, Doctor of Philosophy in Environmental Engineering and Civil Engineering, hooded by Mark Rood and Sotiria Kolutsu-Vakakis. Ashish Ketan, Doctor of Philosophy in Industrial and Enterprise Systems Engineering, hooded by Siwong Oh. Tinting Zhao, Doctor of Philosophy in Civil Engineering, hooded by Barbara Minsker. Moitaba Ziyadi, Doctor of Philosophy in Civil Engineering, hooded by Imad Al-Qadi. John Calhoun, Doctor of Philosophy in Computer Science, hooded by Luke Olson. Minas Sharalambides, Doctor of Philosophy in Computer Sciences, hooded by Gul Agha. Chi-Rin Dai, Doctor of Philosophy in Computer Science, hooded by Derek Hoym. Robert Deloach, Doctor of Philosophy in Computer Science, hooded by Alex Kirillik. This guy has a cell phone. Okay. Bilgi A. Jun, hooded by Sunjay Kali. Good job. It's computer science. What would you expect? Soteris Demetrio, Doctor of Philosophy in Computer Science, hooded by Carl Gunter. Prasanna Giridhar, Doctor of Philosophy in Computer Science, hooded by Tarek Abdel Hazar. Mahant Krishnappa Gowda, Doctor of Philosophy in Computer Science, hooded by Romit Roy Chowdhury. Kodrutsa Girlia, Doctor of Philosophy in Computer Science. Cosmin Radoy, Doctor of Philosophy in Computer Science. Alex Giori, Doctor of Philosophy in Computer Science, hooded by Darko Marinov. Farah Hariri, Doctor of Philosophy in Computer Science, hooded by Darko Maranov. Dilip Kini, Doctor of Philosophy in Computer Science, hooded by Mahesh Viswanathan. Arun Malya, Doctor of Philosophy in Computer Science, hooded by Svetlana Lazebnik. Jiang Nguyen, Doctor of Philosophy in Computer Science, hooded by Nikita Borisov. Imani Palma, Doctor of Philosophy in Computer Science, hooded by Niaja Farvi. Mary Pietrovich, Doctor of Philosophy in Computer Science, hooded by Kari Karahalios. Brian Plummer, Doctor of Philosophy in Computer Science, hooded by Svetlana Lazebnik. Kevin Shee, Doctor of Philosophy in Computer Science, hooded by Derek Hoym. Matt Sinclair, Doctor of Philosophy in Computer Science, hooded by Sharifa Advey. Reed Sprayberry, Doctor of Philosophy in Computer Science, hooded by Roy Campbell. Jem Subakan, Doctor of Philosophy in Computer Science, hooded by Paris Smaragdis. Xiyang Reng, Doctor of Philosophy in Computer Science, hooded by Jiawei Han. Fangbo Tao, Doctor of Philosophy in Computer Science, hooded by Jiawei Han. Chi-Che Young, Doctor of Philosophy in Computer Science, hooded by David Padua. Wei Young, Doctor of Philosophy in Computer Science, hooded by Tao Ji. Wenxuan Zhu, Doctor of Philosophy in Computer Science, hooded by Matthew Cesar. Shailash Boja Ventakrishnan, Doctor of Philosophy in Electrical and Computer Engineering, hooded by Pramod Visnawan. Kanuo Chen, Doctor of Philosophy in Electrical and Computer Engineering, hooded by John Delasas. Thing Tang Duan, Doctor of Philosophy in Electrical and Computer Engineering, hooded by Carolyn Beck. Mehmet Donmez, Doctor of Philosophy in Electrical and Computer Engineering, hooded by Andrew Singer. Ahmed Fawaz, Doctor of Philosophy in Electrical and Computer Engineering, hooded by William Sanders. Paul Froder, Doctor of Philosophy in Electrical and Computer Engineering, hooded by Shou-Ling Lee. Shamina Hussein Mackenzie, Doctor of Philosophy in Electrical and Computer Engineering, hooded by Thomas Overby and Catherine Davis. Going okay? Jun Jian, Doctor of Philosophy in Electrical and Computer Engineering, hooded by Rakesh Kumar. Mingu Khan, Doctor of Philosophy in Electrical and Computer Engineering, hooded by Naresh Shanbahak. Kevin Meyer, Doctor of Philosophy in Electrical and Computer Engineering. Frederick South, Doctor of Philosophy in Electrical and Computer Engineering, hooded by Stephen Bopart. Yaofeng Cheng, Doctor of Philosophy in Electrical and Computer Engineering. Hugh Lin, Doctor of Philosophy in Electrical and Computer Engineering, hooded by Ravi Shankar Iyer. Lily Su, Doctor of Philosophy in Electrical and Computer Engineering, hooded by Nitin Vaidya. Yang Zhou, Doctor of Philosophy in Electrical and Computer Engineering, hooded by Elise Rosenbaum. Guo Song Yang, Doctor of Philosophy in Electrical and Computer Engineering. Ji Yu, Doctor of Philosophy in Electrical and Computer Engineering, hooded by Sheldon Jacobson. Hee Yoon Kwan, Doctor of Philosophy in Systems and Entrepreneurial Engineering, hooded by Sheldon Jacobson. Nin Huan, Doctor of Philosophy in Industrial Engineering, hooded by Harrison Kim. An Chuang, Doctor of Philosophy in Industrial Engineering. Eric Epstein, Doctor of Philosophy in Material Science and Engineering, hooded by Paul Braun. Yang Hu, Doctor of Philosophy in Material Science and Engineering, hooded by Jiangming Zhu. Min Ji Kang, Doctor of Philosophy in Material Science and Engineering, hooded by Cecilia Liao. Elizabeth Pogue, Doctor of Philosophy in Material Science and Engineering, hooded by Daniel Shoemaker. Eric Sebron, Doctor of Philosophy in Material Science and Engineering, hooded by Dr. Zhuling Li. Run Yu Zhang, Doctor of Philosophy in Material Science and Engineering, hooded by Paul Braun. Aaron Anderson, Doctor of Philosophy in Theoretical and Applied Mathematics, hooded by Bradley Sutton. Kamalika Chatterjee, Doctor of Philosophy in Mechanical Engineering, hooded by Armand Baudouin. Chang Chen, Doctor of Philosophy in Mechanical Engineering. Jong Kyun Choi, Doctor of Philosophy in Mechanical Engineering, hooded by Sun Woo Nam. Shama Farabi, Doctor of Philosophy in Mechanical Engineering, hooded by Placid Ferreira. Jorge Eduardo Correa Paneso, Doctor of Philosophy in Mechanical Engineering, hooded by Placid Ferreira. Sang Yup Kim, Doctor of Philosophy in Mechanical Engineering, hooded by Scott White. Hector Lopez Hernandez, Doctor of Philosophy in Mechanical Engineering, hooded by Scott White. Sikandar Mashayak, Doctor of Philosophy in Mechanical Engineering. Syed Mehdi, Doctor of Philosophy in Mechanical Engineering, hooded by Naira Hovakimian. Arif Nelson, Doctor of Philosophy in Mechanical Engineering. Raja Vasant Raja Sagar, Doctor of Philosophy in Mechanical Engineering, hooded by Tong Hung Lee. Advitya Patyal, Doctor of Philosophy in Theoretical and Applied Mathematics, hooded by Moishe Matalon. I do it, yeah. I got that, okay. Gokul Pathikonda, Doctor of Philosophy in Theoretical and Applied Mechanics, hooded by Moshe Matalon. Kibria Roman, Doctor of Philosophy in Mechanical Engineering, hooded by M. Quinn Brewster. John Sanders, Doctor of Philosophy in Theoretical and Applied Mechanics, hooded by Petros Sophronis. Jonathan Shu, Doctor of Philosophy in Theoretical and Applied Mechanics, hooded by William Shu. Tushar Talukdar, Doctor of Philosophy in Mechanical Engineering, hooded by John Abelson. Krishna Valavala, Doctor of Philosophy in Mechanical Engineering, hooded by Sanjeev Singha. Michael Christensen, Doctor of Philosophy in Nuclear Plasma and Radiological Engineering, hooded by David Ruzich. Jonathan George, Doctor of Philosophy in Nuclear Plasma and Radiological Engineering, hooded by Ling Zhang Meng. Andrew Grohl, Doctor of Philosophy in Nuclear Plasma and Radiological Engineering, hooded by Ling Jian Meng. Zhang Lui, Doctor of Philosophy in Nuclear Plasma and Radiological Engineering, hooded by James Stubbins. Benjamin Masters, Doctor of Philosophy in Nuclear Engineering, hooded by Gary Eden. George Mackenzie, Doctor of Philosophy in Nuclear Plasma and Radiological Engineering, hooded by James Stubbins. Ian Purcell, Doctor of Philosophy in Nuclear Engineering, hooded by Rizwand Uddin. Tatsuya Sakurahara, Doctor of Philosophy in Nuclear Plasma and Radiological Engineering, hooded by Zara Mohadeg. Gregory Hart, Doctor of Philosophy in Physics, hooded by Andrew Ferguson. Hu Jin, Doctor of Philosophy in Physics, hooded by Jun Song. Matthew Lapa, Doctor of Philosophy in Physics. Kritsanapong Lim Tragul, Doctor of Philosophy in Physics, hooded by Philip Phillips. Ro Yu Shang, Doctor of Philosophy in Physics, hooded by Ben Huberman. Barbara Stekis, Doctor of Philosophy in Physics, hooded by Stephanie Novak. We will now recognize graduates from the College of Fine and Applied Arts. I invite Dean Peter Mortensen from FAA to come forward. Oops. That's okay. Molly Briggs, Doctor of Philosophy in Landscape Architecture, hooded by Ellen Deming. Adrian Barnett, Doctor of Musical Arts in Music, hooded by Beth Alexander. Anne-Marie Cooney, Doctor of Musical Arts in Music, hooded by Christina Bashford. Yi Chen Lee, Doctor of Musical Arts in Music, hooded by Ollie Watts Davis. Tsu Shin Wu, Doctor of Musical Arts in Music, hooded by Carlos Carrillo. Jian Yu, Doctor of Musical Arts in Music, hooded by Christina Bashford. Chi Yong Yoon, Doctor of Musical Arts in Music. We will now recognize graduates from the School of Information Sciences. I now invite Dean Alan Rainier from the iSchool to come forward. Ankit Rai, Doctor of Philosophy in Informatics, hooded by Barbara Minsker. We will now recognize graduates from the School of Liberal Arts and Sciences. Will Dean Hu please come back to the stage? Thank you. Alexandra Lee, Doctor of Philosophy in Anthropology, hooded by Ellen Moody. Elizabeth Youngling, Doctor of Philosophy in Anthropology, hooded by Andrew Orta. Do-Hae Kim, Doctor of Philosophy in Anthropology, hooded by Martin Malanelson. Sorry about that. Benjamin Ryan, Doctor of Philosophy in Astronomy, hooded by Leslie Looney. Dominique Segura Cox, Doctor of Philosophy in Astronomy, hooded by Leslie Looney. Nectaria Petronicolou, Doctor of Philosophy in Biochemistry. Dennis Peel, Doctor of Philosophy in Biochemistry. Marco Chiu, Doctor of Philosophy in Physics and Computational Biology, hooded by Paul Selvin. James Chu, Doctor of Philosophy in Cell and Developmental Biology, hooded by Martha Gillette. Rajashekha Iyer, Doctor of Philosophy in Cell and Developmental Biology, hooded by Martha Gillette. Etienne Barlas, Doctor of Philosophy in Chemical Engineering, headed by David Ruzich. Muhammad Hamadi Rad, Doctor of Philosophy in Chemical Engineering, hooded by Jing Jiang. Gitika Yalmanchili, Doctor of Philosophy in Chemical Engineering, hooded by Christopher Rao. Ji Ho Shin, Doctor of Philosophy in Chemical Engineering, hooded by Hyung-Shik Shin. J. O., Doctor of Philosophy in Biochemistry, hooded by Stephen Blanke. Adina Badea, Doctor of Philosophy in Chemistry. Gabriel Espinosa Martinez, Doctor of Philosophy in Chemistry, hooded by Alison Fout. Courtney Ford, Doctor of Philosophy in Chemistry, hooded by Alison Fout. Adam Hill, Doctor of Philosophy in Chemistry, hooded by Annie Wiesner. Nidhi Kakar, Doctor of Philosophy in Chemistry. Michael Verderami, Doctor of Philosophy in English. Pronoy Rai, Doctor of Philosophy in Geography, hooded by Trevor Birkenholtz. Marissa Barlas, Doctor of Philosophy in Linguistics, hooded by Eitan Barlas. John Zhang, Doctor of Philosophy in Linguistics. Wafa Abdullah Albar, Doctor of Philosophy in Mathematics. Timothy Ferguson, Doctor of Philosophy in Mathematics, hooded by Jared Bronsky. Michael Obero Oyengo, Doctor of Philosophy in Mathematics, hooded by Kenneth Stolarski. Dane Skabelund, Doctor of Philosophy in Mathematics, hooded by Ivan Dursma. Shia Louis, Doctor of Philosophy in Mathematics, hooded by Richard Logerson. Michael Smith, Doctor of Philosophy in Mathematics, hooded by Charles Resk. I'm not going to change it. Mariana Aparicio Betancourt, Doctor of Philosophy in Neuroscience, hooded by Laura DeThorne. Kelsey Hassevort, Doctor of Philosophy in Neuroscience, hooded by Neil Cohen. Kevin Horetska, Doctor of Philosophy in Neuroscience, hooded by Neil Cohen. Payel Kundu, Doctor of Philosophy in Neuroscience, hooded by Susan Shantz. Kylie Britzman, Doctor of Philosophy in Political Science, hooded by Scott Althouse. Kay Chandler Usri, Doctor of Philosophy in Political Science, hooded by Scott Althouse. Judy Yi-Che Chu, Doctor of Philosophy in Psychology, hooded by Neil Cohen. Emily Kim, Doctor of Philosophy in Psychology, hooded by Dov Cohen. Michael Perino, Doctor of Philosophy and Psychology, hooded by Lisa Travis. Bin Lian, Doctor of Philosophy and Sociology, hooded by Cynthia Buckley. We will now recognize graduates from the School of Social Work. I invite Dean Stephen Anderson from Social Work to come forward. Ashley Long, Doctor of Philosophy in Social Work, hooded by Win Kaur. Tamani Malinga, Doctor of Philosophy in Social Work, hooded by Teresa Ostler. Lenore Elizabeth Matthew, Doctor of Philosophy in Social Work, hooded by Shifeng Wu and Lily Windsor. Joseph Douglas Minarik, Doctor of Philosophy in Social Work, hooded by Benjamin Lowe. Maria Fernanda Pinheiros Leano, Doctor of Philosophy in Social Work, hooded by Janet Lichty. We will now recognize graduates from the College of Veterinary Medicine. I invite Dean Peter Constable from Veterinary Medicine to come forward. King Zhang Zhang, Doctor of Philosophy in Veterinary Medical Science, Pathobiology, hooded by Dongwan Yu. That's it. That's it. How about a huge round of applause? Thank you. I commend each and every one of you on reaching the pinnacle of academic achievement. Your Illinois family is immensely proud of your accomplishments and takes great pride in calling you our alumni. I am certain that your future will be shaped by the very same passion and dedication that led you to earn your doctoral degree. I hope that you will wear your doctoral hoods proudly as you march into Memorial Stadium tomorrow for the university-wide commencement ceremony. It is also traditional to wear your hood to bed for the first year after graduation. Before we conclude today's ceremony, I want to thank the Aduro Brass for the musical selections today. Audience members are asked to please remain seated for the recession. Following the recession of the graduates and faculty, please meet your graduates in the lobby. Thank you again for being here, and thank you to those who are watching by live stream for joining us today. Thank you.